Hey guys, so you might be wondering where I've been for these past few days. Well, I've been working on a project. It's a website and you can check it out in the description. This video is going to be basically why I've been inactive in YouTube. Well, sort of inactive because if you look through my shorts, you will actually be able to see some pretty cringe videos posted, alright? And I humbly apologize for that because I'm trying to get more users to use my site. Okay? So I humbly apologize if you stumble across my one of my YouTube shorts. But yeah, I'm just trying to get users to use the site because I really do think that the website that I made is really helpful. I'll talk about it later, but first, I just want to mention that, bro, the YouTube shorts on my channel pop off. I don't know why, but every time I post a YouTube short, it gets above 1,000k views. So, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to keep on posting cringe as shorts, alright? So, yeah. But I will still keep on posting these authentic videos that you see in the long form content. But yeah, I just want to give you a heads up on what if a heads up if you see one of the shorts, because yeah, you might be wondering why is this style, why is he talking in a way like this. It's just to get more users. But yeah, as I've said, this video is going to be about the website. So let's get right to it, shall we? So here's what I've made. It's called mastery-study.web.app. And then you'll end up on this landing page. And so what does this website do? Why did I go on a hiatus building this website? Well, that's because I was trying to finish this as quickly as possible, as humanly possible, without losing my sanity, because school is coming up, and I know for damn sure that I'm going to need this. All right, why? Because have a look at this. What I've made is a tool that creates flashcards by three ways. Okay, so first is that you can upload a file. The second way is to take a photo of your notes. Alright? You can click that right here. And then the third way is to generate by topic. So let's say I'm interested in the topic of the French Revolution. Okay? The French Revolution. Key events. And then I just click the arrow to the right icon, and then it'll generate flashcards. If you guys want an in-depth video on how it works, then just hit that like and then ask it in the comments. So here's a preview, and I don't know if this is accurate, but I'm sure it is. The reason I said that I don't know if this is accurate is because I don't know anything about the French Revolution. But let's say I were to go on a topic that I am actually invested in. Let's say Jose Rizal. If you guys don't know who Jose Rizal is, he's basically a famous writer in the Philippines. We just wait for a while, and then 503. Huh. And so there. Sometimes you do need to retry it for it to work. But yeah. What was Jose Rizal's full name? Jose Protasio. Yeah, this is accurate, bro. In what year was Jose Rizal born? This is accurate. In what town was Jose Rizal born? This is really accurate, right? And so once you're satisfied with the preview, you can then start studying. And so here's the preview of what the cards will look like. And so yeah, basically you just go ahead and quiz yourself. This is the best way to study. This is called active recall, where you basically quiz yourself, you test yourself, and then try to know to remember the correct answer. And so yeah, so like this, if you don't know, you put it in the incorrect, and yep, if you know the answer, you press correct. So what does Noli Me Tangere mean? It means touch me not. Yep. So I'll press correct. Who is the author of El Filibusterismo? Obviously, it's Jose Rizal. Yes, correct. And so you keep on doing that until you get to the end of the flashcards. Okay. And then when you finish the initial deck, when you finish the entire thing, you go to this next phase, which is the review phase. This phase is when the previous cards that you marked incorrect show up again. Now this is really effective because if you get a wrong card, if you get a card wrong, it'll show up in the end, and so it reinforces your memory. Okay? So basically, it'll show up until you get them all right. So if I press incorrect, it'll show up again. It'll keep on showing up until I get them all right. And so boom, 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 boom. You finished it. And now, if you want to save your progress, you need to sign in to save these cards. Okay. So let's save these cards. So deck saved successfully, and then boom. It is now live. Okay, you can now save your time, you can now track your time, and you can now have access to Smart View and be able to make your deck public. Okay, so if you want to share it with your friends, if you want to share your deck with your classmates or whatever, you just press make public, and then you can now copy it, and now you will see that there's a Smart Review option. Now, what is Smart Review? This is very cool because if you know Anki, the Anki is basically this language learning tool, or basically just the same as my tool. It's a flashcard website, a digital flashcard website. And the cool thing about Anki is that it has a spaced repetition algorithm. Spaced repetition algorithm is basically an algorithm where it shows the card, like this card, just before you forget it. So say, okay, so let me demonstrate this. Okay, so this deck, it'll say that press OK. And then it's putting it in the space repetition algorithm. And then here, boom. Depending on the button that you click here, okay, it'll show the card in a specific day. So say I press again here. I press again. That card will now have a specific interval of when it'll show again. Okay? Now, I hope I'm making sense. Now, for this deck, what if I say, hey, this is really easy. I'm gonna mark it as easy because I understood the question right away. I know the question, I know the answer right away. So how about this one? It's kind of hard, but I can get it, so I'm gonna mark it the hard. And this one, it's pretty easy. It's Jose Rizal, so yeah. Oh, Jose Rizal, it's correct, so I'm gonna mark it as easy. And depending on the grade I give these cards, depending on the answer I put here, it'll have an interval for it to be showed again. So we are now at the dashboard page where we can see our due for review, which is right here for this specific day and the days after. So basically, this is where it'll show up. Okay, this is where it'll show up. If you have, like, depending on the answer you gave on the smart review study mode, it'll show up right here. So if you can see right here, yep. And I do have other decks that I set it up for smart review. So this is a global. This is for the global. So have a look at this. One of these, there's a deck in each one of these folders that I have set for smart review. That's why you might see that there are other cards mixed in. So basically, this is a global review. But if you go to a specific one, then it'll only show the ones for that deck. So see how it's 23 here, but if you go ahead and go to the due for review, it's 44 because there's other decks also in the queue. And so yeah, here's also a view of the dashboard. You can track your cards, you can track your progress for today, and you can see how much time you spent studying. So today I studied for 49 minutes. Let's see if you can beat that, But yeah. So yeah, this is basically it. This is the website. I hope you check it out because it's really helpful, okay? So yeah, that's gonna be it. You can also sign out right here. But with that being said, stay weird, stay wonderful, because it's your boy, FET, signing out.